Hello everyone, Demosthenes here. I'm going to be doing a playthrough for On the Surface of Giants. Not sugarcoating at all, this level is a bitch. I struggled with this level a lot, and it looks like a whole bunch of other people are as well. I am going to use just the default configuration for this, because I have beaten this level before using this. So I'm just going to kind of stick with that for this playthrough. A few things to know. In the recommended reading, the dev talks about the generalized bielliptic maneuver. Pretty much what it means is, let me go ahead. When I shoot a, looks like the reference frame is wrong. If I make a highly elliptical orbit from where I am right now, if I allow it to burn, I'll end up getting an apoapsis around here at this spot. And if I want to change direction and proceed to say right now I'm technically maybe retrograde to the way the methane depot is orbiting Neptune, and I need to get into the same orbit as they do, I could go burn out all the way out here, and then initiate a retrograde burn and proceed to come all the way back, and now I am in the kind of the same orbital direction as the methane depot. Granted, I'm in a whole other orbital plane, but kind of going in the same direction. The reason why you do it out here is because the gravitational acceleration due to Neptune is significantly less out here than it is right here. If I try to flip around right here, that's pretty much going to take all my delta V, if not, I just won't be allowed to. So what I'm going to do is show you one of the techniques I used to beat this level. I just realized it's not the only way to beat this level by any means, as it is with all levels in this game. There are always multiple ways to beat it, but the way I'm going to beat it is by kind of shooting out this elliptic. Oh, that's no good though. That is a very far elliptic. You don't want to go out that far, because the farther you go, the more time it takes. So here, that's still 2 days. That's kind of unacceptable. So we're going to tighten it up just a little bit. And the whole point of this is we're going to kind of adopt that same idea of that generalized bielliptic, but we're going to do it around here. So it's not perfect. We're not super far out from Neptune, but we are farther than if we were right there and we tried to do the maneuver. So let's see if I can push it out just a little bit further. What I'm trying to do is get the apoapsis as close to here as possible, because this is where I want to do the maneuver. It's not going to be perfect, but we are still going to be able to save a lot of delta V doing this. Using the radial one allows me to keep kind of pushing in that direction. And notice it's about 1 day to get here. That's okay, I believe, for the timeline. We're probably not going to get gold on this run through anyway, but if you start extending it way out, yeah, it takes no delta V, but you're probably not going to beat the level in time. So let's just go with this burn right here, 2.5. Let's do a day. Okay, so we did the burn. Notice, because we did the burn, it recalculated for us the apoapsis of this orbit, which is now currently out here. If we wanted to flip back around, that'd be great, but the way I'm beating this level is I proceed to, instead of going retrograde, I just continue all the way around, and then from here, I'm going to try to match the orbital plane of the station, and then we'll just make it tighter and tighter. It looks like not too far off. For me, this level can be a huge pain in the ass, so I'm going to actually do it just a little ways before. Just because I don't want to do any extra tweaking and stuff once I get in there. Because I'm already going to be doing a whole bunch of tweaking trying to tighten the orbit. Let's see if I can pull it up. There we go. Almost perfect. Yeah, so once we get to this point, we're going to flip around and then go ahead and show you. We'll do that burn, we'll refuel, and then maybe do one more burn. Alright, so Let's go ahead and refuel since we were down to 2.5. Now we're at 10, which is still pretty good. But what we're going to do, this is one thing I've noticed, and I apologize to all the KSP people who know this intuitively. I just realized that if I do a burn at the periapsis, which is the closest point to your gravitational body, if you simply do a tangential burn in the opposite direction of your orbit, you'll tighten the orbit, and that's so far the best way I've been able to find to make it like perfectly circular instead of elliptical or wonky, whatever. Alright, so it looks like that's our limit right there. Actually, yeah, we'll do it right there. And then once we hit this burn, it'll recalculate the periapsis for us, and then we'll do another burn to bring us in even tighter to Neptune, so we can skim the surface. Also, I'm actually going to check. I did notice we had some intercept icons show up, so let's see if by chance like what the delta V involved in those are. So intercept, yeah, not going to happen. It's pretty though. And a flyby, yeah, I can't fly by in time. None of the flybys for this level will actually work, or so I've seen. So we're just going to do that one burn in an hour. And then, there we go. So we got the burn, so should have calculated out a new periapsis for us. Here's our apoapsis, periapsis. Once we hit there, we're going to tighten it up even further. Got to try to match this orbit. Almost perfect. That might almost be perfect for us. Let's go. That looks good. Oh, and also, I may want to just dump this guy. Let's see if I can just dump him now. And I can use all the fuel so this guy doesn't do the last burn. Back. He's got a little bit left, and we'll give him enough to stay in orbit for a little while before he runs out of food. So we're gonna split him off, and the privateer, we have 11. That's pretty decent. Should be more than enough to do our last maneuvers. There we go. So we got our last burn. So now what we're going to do is switch our frame of reference to the methane depot. And let's see if we can get an intercept. And for not an arm and a leg of delta V. There we go. Intercept. Not going to work today. So we may have to tighten our orbit a little bit more. Let's see if we can mess around with this maybe. See if it gives us any better numbers in one direction or the other. Nope. And the last direction. Maybe over there. Nah, it looks pretty consistent. So what we're going to have to do is some sort of orbit phasing and or tighten our orbit around Neptune a little bit further. Oh wow, yeah, that's my bad. I thought I was a lot tighter than I actually am. I wonder if it didn't do our final burn. Maybe that's why I have all the fuel. That might have been it, yeah. So we're going to tighten that up. Let's see if we can... There we go. Looking good, only burns up 2.8. 6. Yeah, should be good. Alright, so now we are in a much tighter orbit, and we're just trailing that methane depot. So let's see if we can get a good intercept on this time, without our rockets charging an arm and a leg. Well, that seems pretty finicky. Something interesting is going on here. Let's just try that. Intercept. Not enough delta V. But it's in the same order of magnitude, so that's a start. Let's see if we can tighten it a little bit more. Don't exactly know why it's not changing. giving us a little bit better results. Let's see what happens if we do it over there. Way too much. Let's pretty much when this happens, I like to just kind of run an hour or two and see if, because I'm not the best at orbital phasing, see if it maybe changing our position is a little bit better. And actually, since we have the periapsis coming up here, maybe let's tighten it up even further to match the speed so that when we try to intercept, it doesn't. There we go. That's a pretty orbit, and it doesn't take too much. Excuse me. All right, so now change the reference back to the methane depot, and let's see if we can't phase out and come in on this guy. There we go. That looks pretty. Let's see if the numbers are as pretty as the picture. Nope. Sorry about this, guys. It turns out that running OBS capturing software while running this level, the final intercept, if you calculate it out and it's within your delta V allotment, it pretty much freezes up the game. It doesn't release a crash log, so we're still trying to figure that out. But in the meantime, I went back through and went through the level up until this point while not capturing, and then once I actually have the final trajectory calculated here, I proceeded to begin the capture again. So here you see me. It's a 5.3 kilometer per second intercept. Looks ugly, but it's, you know, within my delta V allotment, so should work. And once you actually get into tactical here, it should be fairly trivial. You can launch missiles, you can just orient towards the enemy. Once again, I'm using a privateer. It's the default ship. Looks like my flyby is only 40 seconds, but the methane depot is completely unarmored, so it only takes a few shots to knock them out. Once again, I promise I wasn't cheating on the delta V. It's just a really strange bug. Very easily reproducible too with this level. If you guys get to this level and are capturing, let me know if you figure out how to bypass this. Yeah, just 2 nukes and a few shots to take out the level. So, good luck with this, guys. Post in the comments if you guys are able to beat this level using this guide. Maybe in the future, when if we fix this OBS bug, then maybe I'll release another one. So you guys can see I, in fact, did not cheat. Yeah, good luck, guys, and until next time.